Here you are, buddy. Look, I know I am not in my standard attire, but that is because today is not a standard video. I wanted to have a bit of a heart-to-heart about something that's really important to me. You see, this channel has been going for almost 9 months now, which is something that I never thought was gonna happen because I have tried this whole YouTube thing multiple times. Starting way back in 2014 with The Nerdiest Gamer, I made Minecraft and FNAF Let's Plays, trying to be the next Markiplier. And then in like 2016, I started Film Reel, which was a totally different YouTube channel talking about films and movies and stuff. And then obviously in 2018, I started what's now known as Horror King. I did that for a couple of months and then I fell off that, but then I picked it back up in 2021. And then I stopped doing that after a couple of months. And now finally, back in September of 2022, Dexter and I started what is currently running still as Horror King 123. And that's really impressive because 9 months is the most I've ever spent on one project before, and I could not be more proud. And I want to have a heart-to-heart, a conversation today that is important to me and my life because I want this channel to be a community. I want people to have fun and hang out. And there's a lot of stigma around neurological disorders and mental health that I just feel like should be talked about. And I've certainly been struggling a little bit recently, and I want to talk about it. I want to build a community. I want people to know that it's okay to struggle, and there are people out there who probably feel the exact same way. So I'm going to talk about my ADHD, my attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, because last year I was officially and finally diagnosed. And the reason I say finally is because this is something that I kind of knew that I was living with for as long as I was, really able to think about something like that. But I never had the opportunity or the ability to look into it or get official tests until I grew up and moved out. And then I got my diagnosis last year. Currently, I am on medication. I am on 30 milligram slow-release tablets of Ritalin. I take these once a day, and they help a lot with a lot of things, but they are not a cure-all. They don't fix everything in the whole wide world. And I would like to talk about some stuff. But before I do, I just want to clarify, if this wasn't obvious already, neither myself nor Cthulhu are medical experts. We're not experts on ADHD, and for fuck's sake, I am not even an expert on my own personal experiences with this, with my own problems. I'm not completely familiar with everything. I still struggle. It's not perfect. So please do not take anything I say today as medical advice or anything like that. I'm just sharing my experiences in the hopes to make you guys know that there are other people out there who hopefully feel the same way. I would like to talk about it. You see, ADHD, like any other neurological disorder, puts a lot of pressure on relationships, my family, my friends, my partner, on my jobs that I've worked, on the passions and my creativity and the things I love. And that gets to you after a while. It's hard and it's not fun. And one of the biggest issues with ADHD is something known as executive dysfunction. You see, there is like an internet misconception with ADHD that's like, haha, we're hyper, we're having fun, we can't pay attention, haha. And yes, there is definitely a bit of that to it, but like everything, there is nuance to it, and the internet just takes the broad strokes, right? Executive dysfunction is your ability to change topics, to focus, to do the things that you need to do. It's your body's ability to go, okay, this thing is next. We have to do this to kind of keep on track. And people with ADHD really struggle with that. And there's this misconception that people with ADHD are lazy, when in fact, many of the people with ADHD that I know are some of the least lazy people I have ever met. They do incredible, beautiful things, but it's really hard sometimes because executive dysfunction does not discriminate. And that is something that a lot of people have to find out the hard way when they find out they have ADHD, because when you think of executive dysfunction, what the internet has told you is that, like, you think, oh, well, I just can't do this boring school paper. I don't want to do my chores, you know? You kind of don't want to do the unfun stuff. But if your executive dysfunction hits you hard, it doesn't discriminate. You will not want to do your passions, your hobbies, the things that make you happy can be hard to do. You want to do them because they bring you happiness, but it's just so hard. And then you are questioning why you're just standing in the kitchen, not doing anything, why you're staring out the window, why you took a 45-minute shower and have accomplished none of your goals for the day. No matter how much you want to do something, it can still be hard to do it. And that is something that a lot of people misunderstand about ADHD, is it doesn't discriminate. It is a neurological disorder. It impacts everything that you want to do and that you don't want to do. It might be worse when you have to write that boring school paper, but it doesn't make it any easier when you're like, well, I really want to do this thing I'm passionate about. I want to draw this beautiful thing that I have envisioned, but I can't do it. That's hard. It's scary too. You wonder what's wrong. Like, am I lazy? Is this just laziness? Like, why am I not accomplishing these things? People with ADHD are some of the most creative people I've ever met. Their brains are so full of ideas and wonder, and they think outside of the box, and it's beautiful. But when it comes to like executing those ideas, it can be really hard. It can be really frustrating to have these morsels. You're like, oh, I know I can do it. I know I can do it, but I can't do it. Why can't I do it? And this is something that I've struggled with forever. You can see it. I punched my microphone. You can see it in my patterns of the channel, making something, dropping it, doing stuff for a couple months, dropping it, constantly starting something up and then falling off because I get stressed, I get scared. I'm also very hypercritical. If I'm making something, I need it to be perfect. I am my own worst critic. I will just do it and do it and do it and do it until I hate it and I think no one should ever see this, and then I throw it away and it just never happens. And that's why the channels have always fallen off and I haven't been consistent. So let me take you back to October of 2021. I get a new job at a really cool place in Denver called the Wizard's Chest. There, I meet who is now my best friend, Dexter, but we don't really talk much for the first couple of months. It wouldn't be until January that we really start hanging out. We play board games together, and I find out that he went to film school. He loves photography and videography, and so we start going for photo walks around Denver. We go around, we take photos, we hang out, we just be creative together. Dexter took my headshots. Look at these two photos. These are awesome. He had never taken headshots before, and I kind of walked him through what I needed, and he absolutely crushed it. It was amazing. But then early summer, Dexter moves to Washington State because his partner is going to school there. And when he leaves, we had made such a connection through our friendship that we didn't want it to end. And we thought, well, how can we keep this friendship going at such a long distance? We should do something creative. We should collaborate on something together. And that's when I suggested the idea of doing YouTube. And when we started the channel in September, you can go back and see it was originally just VHS gameplay videos, and obviously that has changed significantly since when we first started, and it's gonna keep changing. That's what 2023 is about, is we're gonna keep experimenting until we find what formula works perfect for us. But I discovered working with Dexter, and this is something that has been an incredible discovery in my life, and that is I work and feel better when I work with someone else. I have discovered that I am not a solo creator. I can't do it. I used to think, I'm like, oh, well, I have so many ideas, only I can execute them. But I have found that isn't the case. I have been more happy, more passionate, more proud of any of the stuff that I have made in the past 9 months working with Dexter. Whether the quality is better or worse than any video you think it is, it doesn't matter. I have been more proud of all of the stuff that we have made, and each video that Dexter and I have made has been better than the last. And it comes down to a very few key reasons. When it comes to ADHD, it's really hard to keep a schedule, right? People with ADHD struggle to do things on time. And I have found that working with Dexter, it keeps me accountable. I have someone looking forward to working with me. I have someone who wants to do this and we are on a time schedule. Working with someone helps me get things done when they need to be done, whether or not I want to, because they have to be done. It's like when I was in school and I had a paper due, even if I did it at the last possible second, I still try to get it done because that was the deadline. And a lot of people struggle with that, but something about having someone there holding me accountable and being like, hey, we're uploading this week's video, we're doing this, here's the idea, I need footage by this time, or we need to do this by this time. Incredibly helpful. But much more important than that is Dexter makes what I am bad at better. He fills my holes. Don't take that out of context. Don't do it. I swear to God, don't do it. Dexter, what I mean is like the things that I'm not great at, Dexter is there to bolster. He's there to help. And it's amazing because Dexter is one of the greatest collaborators I've ever worked with. There's something incredible about working with him. I bring him an idea and I go, hey, here's this thing that I have, but there's something missing. I don't know what it is. And Dexter just starts snowballing. He goes, hey, how about this? How about this? How about this? And always, I'm like, those are incredible. And everything we do is a combination, right? It's me and him. It's not just me anymore. And that helps me be less critical about the things that we make because there's someone there who's holding me accountable. There's someone there who's looking at our stuff and going, yeah, man, this is good. This is funny. Like, you know, I am not just sitting there editing the same video for 15 hours and hating it. I get to work with someone and be like, hey, here's this. And then he can make the things that I don't like about it. He softens the edges and brings them up. And it complements us. I don't have to worry about being perfect because working with someone, I trust Dexter's opinion. Dexter would tell me if it was shit. And so I have to trust in Dexter as much as Dexter trusts in me. And that has been, that's been amazing. And so because of that, I've learned to start body doubling. If I need to edit something and it's been really hard for me to edit it, I'll have my partner working on something, and just being in the same space, knowing that we're both working on stuff helps get things done. I don't understand. This was something that I read online, and for me, it just works. Having someone there, knowing that we're in a space to work, just helps me feel better about working and fixing and just doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. And sometimes it doesn't always work, but it helps tremendously. This is just something that's really important to me. And the reason I'm talking about this today is because the video that was supposed to come out today was something completely different. But guess what happened? I started writing it. Dexter's not here this week. I started writing it. I really wasn't liking what was coming together. I was filming it. I wasn't liking any of the pieces. And I kind of had a full mental breakdown and felt like I wouldn't be able to do anything good again. But that's just not true. I have Dexter, and even if Dexter's not here, I can still try to make things, because just having that person working with Dexter has just been an incredible experience. And I don't want to like oversell it or boast it, but it has been, for me personally, life-changing. And I know that might seem like hyperbole, but I have found something that helps me. And I can finally feel the love and the passions of the things that I'm doing again with someone there, and it's really special. It really is. And so Dexter, I'm sorry that you're gonna have to watch this whole video and it's gonna be all really mushy and gushy, but dude, I love you, Dexter. It has been the greatest opportunity to work with you, and thank you for everything that you have done. You make me a better person and a better creator. I don't really know where else I'm going with this, but I will say something big has happened in my life recently that has probably added this extra stress, has probably been one of the reasons that I've just been so all over the place. But I wouldn't change it for the world. So I want to show you guys real quick. I'll be right back. Cthulhu, I'm gonna be right back. Come here, Peach. Come on, Peach. Come on, Peach. Yeah, Peach. Come here. Come here, Peach. Oh, Peachy. Come here. Come here. Yeah, hi, Peach. Hi, Peach. This is Peach. This is Peach. My partner and I adopted her about a month ago, and I have been intentionally keeping her out of the videos until I felt a little bit more settled with her. But I feel like it's time to finally, I just wanted you guys to meet Peach. And the reason I wanted to talk about this topic and meet Peach is because, whew, man, she's really testing the ADHD, man. She's trying to keep me on a sleep schedule because I swear to God, if you don't let her out to piss and shit by 10 o'clock, Peach, come here, you're falling. Come here, Peach. Come here, Peach. Come on, up here. If you don't let her out to piss and shit by 9 in the morning, oh, you would swear there was a banshee in the house because she loves to talk and she looks so silly. And she has been keeping me responsible. She's been helping me keep track of time because I know I have to regularly take her out. I have to take her out for walks. I have to give her enrichment. We have to feed you, Peach. And I would not have ever thought about getting a dog if it wasn't for my partner. And is it stressful? And does it test my ADHD and my responsibility and everything else that's going on in life? Yeah, it really does. Peach, what are you doing? But I wouldn't trade it for the world. She is a part of the Horror King family now as much as Cthulhu is. So I guess just be ready to see more Peach. This was just a whole ass video to go, hey, look, it's my dog. And I think she needs to go out because she's waiting by the door. So I'm gonna take her out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video wasn't too somber or sad or anything. And I promise next week we will get back to your regularly scheduled chaos and mayhem. I pinky promise. Oh no, Peach, stop it. No, look at this cute picture of Peach. I have to save Cthulhu. Okay, bye.